I've never, what is that called when you spray paint stuff?
Vandalism?
Yeah, I guess so. I've never vandalized something, but I did steal stuff when I was little from fellow classmates, like pencils and rocks and stuff. And I would hide them in my basement in a box. And they were they were like my trophies. I was like a serial killer. It was like my Dexter stash, but of stuff that I would steal off the teacher's desk or from classmates.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Not only would I steal them, but then I would like sneak them back because then the guilt would creep in and I'd be like, okay, I should give them their pencil back. I should give them their little tidbit thing back, and then I would just slip it back where I found it. None the wiser.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this in my pocket for a little bit. Okay, you do that.
And then I was like, I can't sleep at night because I'm going to be taken by the boogeyman for stealing off the teacher's desk.
Oh my God. Holy crap.
So I would return it. I would return what I stole. I might have bitten it or, colored on it a little bit or marked it with like a marker to like, keep me with it forever, but I'd give it back.
That's what
Yeah.
At least you give it back.
Would I do that now though as an adult? Probably not. Probably not. I live off of spite. I live off of the,
base.
Yeah.
I've also stolen as a child. It was really bad, actually. I got caught.
Did you get taken to the back room and get your parents called on you?
I did, yeah, because it was really bad. Because it was really bad. I stole from like every single kid in my class in like one day.
Oh my God! And they were like, "It was Mega! She took my foreskin!"
Yeah, but, they figured something was awry, and then they seen the blood trail in my backpack, and they were like, "Oh,
I remember. You just made me remember. Like, I had a friend, and like we would like be asked to go out to the bathroom at the same time, and like like back in the day in like school, like how people would like hang their backpacks on like hook and stuff like that, like outside of the classrooms. I don't know if you guys had it like that, but like we would like scour the halls, and if we saw like keychains or like little plush stuff hanging off of people's backpacks that we liked, we would take them and then hang them off our backpacks instead. And I remember we stole like Blue's Clues, like little plushies. It was like magenta and blue. And she took magenta, and we weren't even ashamed about it. We would just wear our trophies on our backpacks like it was nothing.
That's crazy!
These are your keychains? No, they're our keychains.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We didn't give those ones back. But I was an impressionable child, okay? This was like grade 5, grade 6, and I was impressionable, and I would just do what everybody else did. Or like,
no,
yeah, okay, we'll steal. Yeah, let's go. Let's steal. But I would like never steal. I never stole from like a store or anything. I was too scared to do that. I would just steal from classmates. And then Dan stole my holographic Charizard, and now when I see how much holographic Charizards go for, I want to find him, and I want to dig his eyeballs out with a spoon.
I feel like that's valid.
I think I'm the reason Pokemon cards got banned at my school.
Wait, what? They got banned?
Yeah! Because, like, he stole my Charizard and my Raichu, and they were both holographic, and my parents were like, don't take your Pokemon cards to school, and I was like, I'll take care of them, and then, like, I didn't want to take out my cards for, like, the last 15-minute recess, and my dumbass put my rarest cards at the very front of, like, I had a little plastic box that I had them all in, so it was, like, a clear, see-through plastic little box, and I put it at the front of my desk with my most rarest holographic cards at the very front, and I was like, nobody's gonna do anything. And then I came back, and it was the end of the day because it was last recess, and my Pokemon cards were gone. Well, just my rare ones. And so I started blackmailing people the next day at school, and I was like, I'll give you my holographic Flareon if you have any information about the person that stole my other holographic cards. So then they told me it was Dan, and then I confronted Dan, and then the school called Dan's parents, and then my parents went to the school, and then I got my holographic cards back, but Dan scratched them up and bent them out of spite and ruined them, and then we couldn't bring Pokemon cards to school anymore.
Oh, that is so intense!
It was full-scale investigation time. I was like, I promise I'll give you my holographic Flareon. And then when they came to collect, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never promised you a holographic Flareon.
I don't even have a holographic Flareon.
I was such a little shit. And Dan, I'm coming for you. I actually messaged him like 2 years ago on like Facebook and be like, I just want you to know that I still think about what you did. And he was like, oh yeah, I was an asshole back then. I was like, you took my card! You owe me like $50,000!
What?
Yeah, me just coming out of the woodworks like, I know what you did, and I remember, and I will never forgive or forget. Sleep with one eye open. I'm coming for your foreskin.
Holy shit. Yeah, take his foreskin. He doesn't deserve it.
I'm gonna swallow that one.
Oh, you're oh.
No. Actually, I'm gonna holographic it and put it on the wall.
You're gonna freaking frame it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna make it a hollow.
For dinner?
Yeah, and I'm gonna make it like a plaque, and it's gonna be like, "F you, Dan." I got your holographic foreskin now.
This is gonna go for millions, Dan. What you're losing out on.
You get what you deserve.
You know what you get, Dan? You get what you fucking deserve! There's this guy that I went to high school with that I haven't spoke to ever. Actually, I think I spoke to them once. Either way, I have them on Snapchat. I hardly ever open my Snapchat except for whenever my friends that I barely talk to text me on Snapchat. And I got a notification the other day from this guy. We'll call him Dandran.
Is this the dick pic story coming into more lore?
No, thankfully. Thankfully. But I got a message from him and he was like, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to add you to my private story. And I was like, I didn't notice, but you're good. And he was like, yeah, he did. and then he was like, okay, just wanted to make sure you didn't think I was weird or anything. Ha ha ha.
No, you coming to me is weird. Go away.
Yeah, please stop talking to me. I'm gonna unadd you. Like, come on, please stop talking to me. And then I was trying so hard to give him like 1-word responses and he just kept texting me. And then he was like, oh, yo, I haven't gotten a snap from you. Like, ever. So like, it's like, haha, it's like, you know, we don't talk much. And I was like, yeah, no, we don't. and then he just kept saying something. And he was like, are you still living in the neighborhood like that we went to high school in? And I was like, no, I'm like far as away from that shit. And then he's like, where are you living at now? And I still haven't texted him back.
Oh my god. You left him on red.
Yeah, and you can see that shit on Snapchat.
Oh my god. You left him on. You can also see if somebody like screenshot something, can't you? It'll be like, so-and-so screenshotted your snap.
Yeah, or if
oh my god,
something.
Like what?
Yeah.
What an icebreaker. Hey, I didn't mean to add you to my private snap, but now that you're here, you wanna go out for some coffee?
Oh god, he doesn't know, bro. He couldn't handle me, Ebby. I'm telling you.
No, man, we're too mentally unstable.
He's one of those normies, man. He doesn't know the pure cringe that I'm made out of.
Fleshies. We were molded by the cringe created. He didn't know cringe until he was a man. Well,
exactly.
What a way to kind of start, like, you know, trying to hit it off with someone. I mean,
that's... Oh, it's wild. I don't know. I had this other guy that also went to high school with me that I also had on... I need to delete Snapchat, but either way, that I also had on Snapchat. He texted me out of nowhere and he was like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, I haven't spoke to you since the 9th grade. Hello. And this was in college and I was really confused.
Who are you?
And so, yeah, I was like, okay. And he was like, yo, what you trying to do? And I was like, what the f are you talking about? And this man was trying to hook up with me. I hadn't spoken to him in like 5 years. He didn't even know what I looked like at that time. Like, I could have gained like 116 pounds and he would have not known.
That was a very specific number, Mega.
It was very specific.
Have you gained 116 pounds?
No, I only gained 30 pounds after high school, thankfully. It wasn't in the hundreds.
What if my man was pining after you for 5 years and it just took him 5 years to, you know, gather up the courage to go and speak to you? Oh God, you're making me remember something from high school.
Oh God, wait, what?
Okay, when I was like younger, I was like really into like K-pop and J-pop and J-rock and just I was like, I'm gonna date a Japanese man and I'm gonna anyway, so like I went to like a pretty small school where there was like one Japanese guy, and because there was one Japanese guy, I had a crush on him, and all my friends knew, and I don't know what I was on one day in the cafeteria. I don't know where this bravado Ebiko came from, but I was like, I'm just gonna get up and talk to him. He doesn't even know who I am. So I get up and I start walking over, and I think he knew that I liked him because I made it aware. And I remember I was walking up to him, and it was him and his friends sitting at the table. And then when they saw me approaching, they started to get up to leave, and I was like, no, wait, don't go. I just summoned all of my courage to come and speak to you. And he was like, that's nice. And then he left.
Oh!